told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast. My name is Azzy.
And my name is Arnold.
So, this podcast, we are inviting somebody to enlighten us on a very interesting topic.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about things to do with HIV, some things we should know, or some myths that we know about
Yeah.
HIV generally. Hi, Lucy. How are you doing? First, introduce ourselves. I'm Arnold. This is Angela. We normally do this podcast together. So we normally interview people and react to love stories. So we thought of also hearing your story and getting to know you a bit more. So can you tell us about
Thank you,
yourself?
Arnold. And
Yeah.
my full name Lucy Natasha Chibu.
Okay.
I'm 22 years old, based in Chitama district.
Okay.
I did a short course of social counseling,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm also a professional counselor.
Nice. So you counsel people in different matters?
Yes, I do counsel relationship, marriage, and HIV/AIDS counseling.
That's interesting. So today we want to get to know more, or just get to hear about HIV and AIDS, knowing that this month has
It's
been
been a month of celebrating, and there are so many people indulging and doing so many things.
yeah, and also that's the progress that medical doctors have made towards HIV.
Yeah.
So I want you, Lucy, to explain to us and everybody else what HIV is and how most people nowadays contract it.
Okay. HIV/AIDS is just a virus. So mainly people have interpreted it to be like it's a cause of death.
Okay.
Normally nowadays you will get, people are getting the virus through sexual intercourse,
Mm-hmm.
and for that number to go high through sexual intercourse, the cause is poverty in the country.
Okay.
And lack of education from young ladies who drop out from school at a tender age and just engage themselves in sexual intercourse, minors having the knowledge of the virus.
Okay.
So in Zambia, we have ready to say that Lusaka is the highest city that is having a lot of people who are on age from the teenager line than adults and babies.
Mm.
Then trying to do a survey, you find that the stage where those young children are getting the virus is starting from 16 going up to 25 years old.
Mm. So
And at
meaning
that age, that's when,
they are active, sexually active.
yes.
Then why do you think people generally are scared of testing if they know there's a high rate of the virus in the world, not just in Lusaka?
The cause of not them to go and test if they're okay or not is coming from the community stigma. The
Okay.
community has a big stigma when they see you going testing, they'll feel like you're going to take the medication
Yeah.
and you're already on the ARV. So that is what is killing young people nowadays to go and test. They are scared because they are going to be described as they are already on art.
Okay.
Mm. So that is also killing people.
Yes, that is also killing people because I face that a lot on my page. They say I feel I get scared to go that side because I feel like people are going to say she's already positive. But the only thing she just wants to know how she can prevent herself from getting the virus.
Mm.
Mm.
What exactly
Mm.
happens when you're going to test? Maybe let's start from there.
Pardon?
What happens when someone goes to test? What do they do? What do they say?
So when you go that side,
Mm-hmm.
they'll before you get tested, you go through a counseling.
Okay.
That counseling that you go through, they will tell you the negative part of it and the positive part of it.
Okay.
They also teach you about PrEP that prevents you and PEP that prevents you from getting the virus.
Okay.
Okay.
Then from there now that's when you are going to do the test. So as the test is conducted, you already know to say if I'm positive, supposed to start medication right now.
So it should be immediately.
Yes, the moment you test positive, the same day you start your medication.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then if you are sexually active, we do allow the person to get either PrEP or PEP depending on how you do your sexual activities. If you do find out about someone's status, or maybe you just do it, then after that, afterwards you
You
check if
check.
the person is negative or positive.
So what is PrEP exactly? What does it do?
So PrEP is the medication that you give someone who knows their partner is dead and say that person is positive. So you take it before you sleep with that person.
Mm-hmm. Like a day
Then on
before.
PrEP, you can take it the same day.
Okay.
Yes, before and at least before an hour or two you take it. And if not for just a day, you should continue taking it for 28 days.
Okay. So is prep a one day thing, or maybe you have to take it for like some time?
So they give for 28 days.
Oh, okay. Would you mind to explain why it's so? Why is it 28 days? Is that when the virus dies, or?
Um, we say that the virus appears in the body after 3 months when you go for testing and you're all negative.
Okay.
So at times it depends on how your blood is, how positive your blood is when it comes to diseases.
Mm-hmm.
And that medication will put work in your body for 28 days to fight that virus so that you can't be infected.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, let's say you take it for 28 days. Then again, the next month you want to sleep with her. What happens? Or you want to sleep with him? To take
So you
again?
take it for 20. Yes, when you take it for 28 days, after that they'll call you at the hospital to check if you're okay.
So it can actually be a continuous thing, like you can keep on taking it.
Yes,
Oh.
but it comes with some side effects. Same goes with PEP because PEP you take it after you have slept with someone who is already HIV positive.
What are the some, what
Mm.
would be the side effects of those?
So it depends on how you are. Some do have a severe headache, some they will have nausea, some will have diarrhea, some will have a loss of appetite, some the appetite will increase.
Mm.
Mm. And do you personally feel this word is being spread enough for the society to know about it, like the prep and everything?
People are behind when it comes to that, and
Okay.
most they mistake the two.
Also, there's
Some they
actually a difference.
Yes, there's a difference, but people mistake the two because they feel when you talk about PrEP and PEP, people think that people take PEP are those who are already HIV positive because the medication you take it after you have slept with someone who's HIV positive.
Okay.
Mm.
Then PrEP is taken before you sleep with that person who's HIV positive.
Oh, okay.
So you
No,
think that when you get PEP, then you're already HIV positive. Those are ARV.
So now let's say
mm.
um at the same center you find out that you are positive. What happens then? What's the next step?
Uh, it's very rare for someone who has slept with someone who's positive, then you get infected whilst you got the medication, maybe a PEP. If you tend to get the virus, which means maybe you missed 2 or 3 days you didn't take the medication because
But
it's a dosage you have to be taken every day at the exact time.
okay, yeah. But let's say yeah, yeah. Before even take tell you about prep or pep, then they tell you you actually have the
The
virus now.
HIV positive.
Hmm.
So when you are found there and then HIV positive, uh, they will make a file for you. They'll go through all the body part scans, they'll scan your kidneys, everything, because those things become at high risk. So the
Okay.
same day you're going to start your medication, there's no like wait for next week or next month, maybe we check maybe it's a virus or not. There,
Okay.
there are there are two processes that one goes through when testing for HIV to be sure to say you are HIV positive.
Okay.
So there's the one we test at the clinic, which is written determine. When they test you, that kit just determines in the body if you have the virus or not. If it comes positive, there's another one which we call an ST bioline. That is the final kit that will show the result. So if that SD bioline shows to say you are positive, then that's
Mm-hmm.
the same day you start your medication. But if the SD bioline shows negative, then the determine is showing that you're positive. Then there's just something wrong in your body. Maybe you might have syphilis or maybe gonorrhea or something or TB. So they will just say come
Mm.
again for some about 2 to 3 months. We test you again.
Mm.
Mm.
So at the same center, they've got a very medicine to give you. Give it.
Yes.
Then
So
what?
if at the
Mhm. No, continue.
if you are the if you are the same hospital, they test you on the determine kit and they suggest that you start getting your medication there and then you should be against until they test you on the SD bioline because some will be taking the medication whilst they're not sick.
Oh,
So
So it's a must that you go through those two things when you test it.
so wait. If you are actually given the medication without you being sick, what might happen to you? What are the side effects? What would happen? Is there something bad that would happen, or
The fact of it is that when you start the medication, you can't stop.
oh,
are you serious?
You can't stop when you start the medication. You
Even
continue
if you
taking
don't
the
have it.
medication. Uh, on that one, really, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Uh, but the fact is that when you start the medication, you can't stop because it is the one that boosts your immune system to work properly.
Mm.
mm, okay, okay.
Then what's with the where you have to take the medication at a particular time? Why can't you take it
So,
anytime you are free?
it's not like they just suggest for you. Our generation is a busy generation, it's moving up and down.
Yes.
So they'll just say, you put the time you're comfortable to take when you see that I'm free. Some can take at 9 hours, some can take at 05, some will take at 12, some at 21. It differs.
Oh.
It's not exactly the time they will tell you at the hospital. They will suggest for you, then maybe you can be taking at 8 or 20 hours. Then it will be up to you the time you are always free and you can remember, say, I can take now.
So you have to
Okay,
stick to
and
that
then
time.
are there effects when you take, maybe like, let's say in a day you said you have to take once, right? So
Yes.
if you were to take twice a day, maybe like you forgot and then you take another dosage.
That medication works every 24 hours. So if you miss, you take in a day. The medication is very strong. It has side effects.
Yeah.
Yes. So at times you overdose your immune system.
Mm-hmm.
So some will have a very you have a body sweat at night. Some will have a terrible headache,
Mm-hmm.
and that will at least will last about a day or so. But it's really
Mm.
rare for one to take the medication before it clocks another 24 hours. But some they do delay about an hour or two, but it's allowed to delay at least for 2 hours and not beyond 2 hours.
So what happens if
Oh.
you delay beyond? You maybe slept, then you woke up, you find it's past 3 hours or 4 hours.
The fact of the medication is that even if you're there, you have to take, but again, it will be more like you have to change all the time. You have to stick to that one.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
So, yes, because you'll be changing. So, you can't take, like, I'm supposed to take at 12 hours. I miss, I take at 14. Tomorrow, when I take at 12, I'll overdose my
Oh, your
Oh,
capsule. So, I
immune
have to,
system.
yes,
because
I
it's
have
Okay.
to wait
strong.
again for 14 hours. Yes, I have to wait again for 14 hours. So, it means I'm going to change my time.
Then let's say
Mm.
if you miss, what happens? What are there consequences, effect?
Missing is normal. You can miss for a day, but not more than 2 days because the virus they copy every day in the body,
Mm.
and the medication that is taken is to reduce the copies in the body and to maintain the immune system to suppress the viral load.
Oh, okay. So now, okay, an example. This person gets into an accident, then admitted. How will they take the medication? Will the doctor
Um,
know? Will they do tests, or does a family member has to know that what happens in such scenarios?
when someone is in an accident, then that person is on art.
Yes.
Yes. And they are bedridden.
Okay, so um, maybe the medication can be diluted or not, but it depends on the doctor that is on the same day if they can either make
Mm-hmm.
it to be injectional or maybe the person is able to take the medication. Some they can
Mm.
do take like I was at the living one after some days back.
Yeah.
Then the person who was sleeping,
Yes.
uh, he had a tube, but wasn't he didn't manage to have everything through the mouth. So like they are putting the medication on the tube going direct to the stomach.
Oh,
So
okay.
it will depend on how the incident is. Is it bad that one can't take the medication?
Yes. Then I also hear no, there are different types of HIV and shani from different countries,
Yes,
different regions. That's
yes.
true.
There are three types. Yes, they have three types of it.
And what are the differences between those three?
So we have what we call first line, second line, and third line.
Okay.
So someone who is on first line takes once in a day. Someone who's second line they take twice in a day. And then there are those who take three times a day. The reason uh is in with the viral rate. Their viral rate are very high. So
Mm.
it means
Oh.
they are at the step of giving someone the virus. So that's why to reduce it fast, they will be given maybe twice a day to take the medication. And that medication, someone who's on first line can't take it, and someone who's on third line can't take it. So
It's
the
too
Oh.
only people,
strong.
yes, it's too strong. If the one who is on the first line gets the second line medication, I think you have seen some of those who have their body reaction, maybe like they were bent, maybe on the ribs, on the rib
Mm-hmm.
there,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
on the hands, because the medication is too strong for that person, and the viral load is just low. So
Mm.
unless you can share the medication with someone who's on the first line, all of you are just on the first line, you can share the medication. But someone who's on the second line can't take the first line medication. And the
Oh.
first line
Mm.
and someone who's on the first line can't get the first line medication and the third one because those medication are very strong.
Mm.
Mm. So it's got nothing to do with countries, not the rumors that we hear. No, there's some HIVs that come from Congo, some HIVs from where. It
And
just depends on the stages.
yes, we have in Zambia those who are on the third line, second line, and second line. First, second, and third, they are there.
Oh,
So what
okay.
happens if a third person sleeps with who's in a third line, sleeps with someone? Does it mean the one who's affected also have a third line, or they have to start from first line to reach?
Yes, yes, we do avoid that, especially people like us who are already on art. We do
Mm-hmm.
have lessons to say be careful because you might get the other virus. It will be
Oh,
Oh,
very you. It will be very difficult to treat you because you have two types of viruses in your body.
are you serious? Again, you can have
ish.
two of them.
Because the one who on the first line it's different from the second line.
So when they
Oh,
combine, they make, they are still two different things. They don't actually make one thing.
No,
Oh,
because even the medication works differently from someone who's taking first and someone who's taking second line.
oh, so you
so
have to
what
take both.
happens in such a case when you have now two different viruses in your body?
It's a very rare case to find, but those people are mostly found at UTH. That's where you can get the treatment.
Mm.
Oh,
Because in local clinics and hospitals, they can't manage that case.
It's a special case in
mhm.
short.
Yes.
Okay. And then just to hear from you, I heard a rumor that there's actually ARVs in form of injections now. Is it true?
Uh, they have released that medication
Mm.
from USA, but in Africa, we are not sure of it. So, like, we have only accepted the injection for PrEP for
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
prevention. So that one, the people who are running that, it's only in Zimbabwe for the moment. And as Zambians, we are waiting for them to see how it's going to react. And we are also waiting for South Africa to start importing by next year. Then we see how it's going to work for them. Then that's when they can import in Zambia. But for ARVs, that one is targeted on the people who have a suppressed environment, not for people who haven't gone, who haven't reached at the stage of undetectable and transmittable. Because in case it doesn't work, at least that person can resume medication for oral.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Then
So,
no, I can continue.
So the injection ARV isn't made for someone who hasn't reached a suppressed viral load.
Oh, so it's meant for those whose virus cannot be detected anymore?
Yes, so that since it was meant to take at least once after 3 months, in case it doesn't work in your body and you go and they detect you, you can at least return to taking the pills every day. Than someone who has not reached at that stage, it will be very difficult because by then the copies would have increased very much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's possible it can be undetectable, but you're positive.
Yes, you can be detectable. They can test you and you're found negative, but meanwhile, you know that you're taking the medication. But a lot have mistaken that to consider it as being healed from the virus.
Yes.
So we
So
find that
even when, okay, you can
okay.
continue.
Um, so you find that some youths will reach at that stage of you and you, and then they'll stop the medication, feeling like they have gotten healed of the virus. By the time they are going again to the hospital, you find that again the viral load has risen up. So they
Mm.
also need of sensitizing on the same uh, topic.
So how do you get to that stage where it becomes undetectable?
Uh, you have to adhere to your medication. Don't miss and don't jump your time. Like we were saying, say today you miss, the other day you take. You
Mhm.
won't reach at that stage so fast. So if you are very accurate with your time, every day you take at 21 hours, you don't miss no matter what, you
Mm.
can reach
Okay,
that
so
with
when you mean stick to your time, you mean to say if it's 21 hours, it has to be 21 hours exactly. Not 21:05, 21:0 what, just 21 hours.
it can at 21:05 up to maybe 21:30, so you can still reach at the U and U stage.
Mm.
But not like you are taking 20, almost 22 hours or 23 hours. It's very difficult to reach at that stage. Because at that space on the mid, you have created some space for the virus again to start making a copy.
Mm.
Okay,
Is
that
there
makes sense. And then,
would you know, is there an average or scientific way you can know how long it takes for most people
Uh,
for them to reach that stage?
not sure
Okay.
because it's very difficult to determine because of the same people who are you miss again you continue taking the medication at the
Mm.
correct time again you miss so it's very difficult because we do understand that people get tired. You might forget, maybe you are busy.
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
You wanted to ask something?
yeah, she's already answered my question. Actually, I wanted to ask if one reaches the undetectable stage, do they have to continue taking medication? But she's already answered it.
No. So Lucy, me, I've also heard where at let's say the husband is positive, but the wife is negative, and they've been living like that for years. How does that work? How did it work?
Um, so when you are in a relationship with someone who's positive, eventually the person who is negative becomes an index.
What does that
Becomes
mean?
a what?
So an index,
Okay, what does that mean?
uh, someone that the health inspector has to look at like you become like their main target, so that you shouldn't get the virus.
Oh, okay.
So it is possible to actually live, like to be a couple and be two different statuses.
Yes, be treated like the same way, like prep and prep. you will be given that thing. But when it comes to maybe planning for children,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
you the lady is supposed to reach at that stage of not being able to infect the husband. So
Mm-hmm.
if one has about the partner has about 10 copies or 5 copies, and
Mm-hmm.
you are always taking your medication, those virus can be weak and you can't be able to infect your partner.
Mm-hmm. How about if the
So
lady
they
is
will test.
infected? Then how does a child get negative?
Yeah.
So even if you are HIV positive and you're pregnant, you still continue taking your medication during the pregnancy.
Okay.
And there are others. They'll be constantly checking on your viral load and CD4 count.
Mm.
But since you mentioned that the medication is very strong, doesn't it affect the child? No?
No, it doesn't affect the child at any cost.
Mm.
Okay, and then I've heard that most of the people have gotten it like maybe when the woman is giving birth. So how has the health inspectors like dealt with such situations? How does a child come negative even after normal birth?
So those are people who are mostly they miss their medication during pregnancy.
Oh.
So you don't
Yes,
have to.
and again, you do not have to miss during pregnancy. You have to be checking every day. Don't miss a day.
Mm.
And again, for you to be pregnant when you're positive, you have to inform your doctor to say, I want to be pregnant. At this stage where I am, can I be able to give birth to a child who is negative according to my
Mm-hmm.
CD4 count in thyroid? From there, they are going to direct you how you can become pregnant. And again, time to time, you have to be going to check your kidneys and your heart if they are all intact, because people who are on HIV, they are at high risk of getting their kidneys bad and
Oh.
Mm.
having heart problems.
So what are
Mm.
the negative effects of having the virus?
Pardon?
I'm asking what are the negative effects of having the virus?
Um, the negative ones I may say, um, it has bad side effects. When taking the medication, when you start the medication, then again with this with the virus, if you haven't tested, like you are one person who doesn't test doesn't test yourself every after maybe 3 to 6 months, the
Mm-hmm.
virus is very silly. It can be in your body for 10 years, but not you noticing anything about it.
Are you serious?
Mm.
10 years
Yes,
and you're
and maybe
healthy.
you may yes, you might be having, maybe you have a flu, a cough, a dry cough,
Mm-hmm.
a diarrhea that will last about 2 weeks and then it stop. For you, to maybe you're just sick, but
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile, that's the those are the side effects that they see major. Those are the major signs of the virus. Having a prolonged uh, diarrhea, a prolonged dry cough,
Mm-hmm.
then some who have you might be having some rashes time to time. They come suddenly, maybe on your leg, on your chest, or behind your back. They go again on your neck.
Mm.
Such.
So
So it's
there are
very hard
benefits.
for one.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
It's very hard for one to know if you are not a fan of visiting the hospital.
Oh, so you'll be thinking you're okay, but you're not okay.
Yes. That's why it has become a mandatory when you visit the clinic, when you're sick, they just have to test you.
You just have to test you.
Mm. Then, so the benefits with testing early. and starting the process as soon as possible.
The benefit of starting early, you reach faster the undetectable stage.
Mm. So even if you reach that
That's the
stage,
best.
you continue taking the medication
Yes, you continue taking the medication, you are not healed.
until your last day.
Yes, you just maintain it. At that stage, you are at the time of the person to die, but not the virus.
Mm.
Okay. So there's no such thing as saying that he died of HIV.
No, because for one to die, it has to reach at the stage of age where you. Well, that's why we say that that person was requiring opportunistic infection. Any disease that comes, we're just getting. So the body fails to fight those diseases has entered the stage of AIDS.
Wait, come again. What did you say? And the cause of that is normally TB.
Yes, TB
Oh.
is the cause of death because you are damaging your lungs when coughing. You are damaging your
Oh.
lungs, and then on your throat there you are. It's being injured. You're having sores, and
Mm-hmm.
those sores end up when you cough. At times you see some blood stains.
Yes.
As it's going by, you'll be failing to swallow your medication.
Mm. So it won't be
So
effective
yes, so the cause of death when someone is positive, it's TB when you have TB,
or not HIV.
not HIV. You know, it's just a virus in the body, but not like
Oh.
diseases in the body.
So your family members won't can't even know that you had HIV.
Pardon?
So your family members can they know that you had it when you died?
It depends if when you are HIV positive, you did tell your family that you are like that. But usually it may be something else which has killed you, and then you are HIV positive. So many people think that maybe the virus is the one that killed that person.
Oh, okay. So how should society now view such people?
Um, I think some have gotten some lessons about this people living with HIV,
Okay.
but some they're still behind. There are those where they don't want to even to associate with someone who's HIV positive. They still have that mind of some years back of saying maybe if you have found someone who's HIV positive, you're going to get the virus.
Mm. So should we tell people or should people tell us when they're infected or they should keep quiet or should keep quiet? How should it be?
Basically, I don't encourage someone who's HIV positive to be quiet. I encourage them to be free and be open about their status because there are some who would really want to know about how one should conduct about the same condition.
Oh, okay. So it's better to open up to people.
Yes, it may be. I know a lot face a difficulties in facing up, but it
Mm-hmm.
it depends on how you are. And but the healthy one is to be open. At
Oh,
least
yeah.
they should not say that person is like that. Unlike you are just keeping it quiet. It eats you up because you find yourself in a situation where people are talking negative things about the virus, but you know that what they're saying is wrong, but you can't say
Open up.
anything because you're hiding. Yes.
That's a thing. Makes sense. Then, with regards to children, let's say the parents are infected. How should the children be kept to avoid them also being affected? Let's say breastfeeding or kissing them. If kissing them can get the virus.
So there's a percentage of uh, fluid that one can acquire to get that virus when kissing.
Oh, it's possible.
It's possible, but there is a percentage that one has to reach to get that virus with the fluid, but it has never been uh, conducted. Say someone got the virus through kissing because it's very rare.
Mm. How about with regards to oral sex?
Um, and that one again, we acquire it to be a safe sex when it comes to lessons that people usually have. Those
Mm.
people who are
Yeah.
HIV positive. Yes.
Mm. So you wouldn't recommend oral sex with such people,
Um,
or it depends.
it depends, but my side I don't find it to be helpful. But it
Mm.
depends. You may find it on the list of safer sex. People who are positive say it falls on the safe sex.
Oh, okay. Wow. I've learned a lot.
Thank you.
I've learned a lot. So with regards to let's say, because there are people who've had sex with multiple partners, live sex, then they find out they're negative. So it's possible there's a higher chance that you can still be negative.
So you can be negative. Maybe the people you are meeting, some were negative and some were taking their medication, but they didn't tell you that they are positive. Maybe there are those who about have 10% of who have 10 copies of the virus, some have 5 copies in the body, some have 15, and at that stage, at least there is about 70% of one not getting the virus from that person.
Okay. Then
But with
then where,
you can go on.
oh, yeah, where do, like in Osaka, where can people get their medications or their therapy from?
At any health facility, it can be a clinic, a post clinic, an hospital. Um, we have, the hospital is big, but you can just say, I want the arts department.
The what? Oh,
Arts,
okay. Okay.
arts department. Art department, that's where you can find people who can assist you, counselors, and everyone who can assist you about the virus issues.
Oh, okay. And when collecting, those who collect, um, do they collect alone or they collect with other people in the same room?
Uh, um, you are just the way like you are sick, then you go, you find like at the OPD, there are a lot of people who are sick, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll be going in one by one. That's the same way it is. But the thing is
Oh.
that all of you who are there, you're all positive. But there are those who be like uncomfortable going to get the medication, they'll send someone. But it's helpful when you go alone so that at least we at times we do some tests while we want to test you how your kidneys are and how your viral load and count are going.
Because you mentioned at the open a file. That file
Yes.
contains your details, huh?
Yes, it contains your details on the day you started your medication. Because when you are starting the medication, you'll be
Mm-hmm.
always going to the hospital every month. They'll give you medication for 1 month. You take 1 month, when it's finished, you go. They check how your viral and CD4 count is going. So
Mm-hmm.
they'll be changing. You start from 1 month. From 1 month they'll be giving you medication for 3 months. From 3 months they'll be giving you medication for 6 months. For 6 months they'll be giving you medication for 1 year. Like you're only getting once in a year. Again once in a year. So they will be following how your file is and how your body is responding to the medication.
Oh, but why
That's
one
why
year?
each one
1 year in the tablets for 1 year?
Yes, they'll just give you like take this, you're taking for 1 year. For example, I may give on myself.
Mm.
I'm on the third where I get for 6 months. So if I get
Oh.
January, this January I'm supposed to go and get for 6 months. When I get for 6 months, I'm supposed to go and get in June. In June again, I'll get next year January. So from there, they'll be seeing on my files, or
Mm-hmm.
they'll be checking my files,
Yes.
and they'll be seeing how my CD4 count and viral is going. From there, they will shift me to maybe taking once in a year.
Oh, so
But they'll be giving me medication for 12 months.
but can still be going for checkups to see
Yes,
how
they'll be
you're
like,
doing.
no,
Mm-hmm.
yes, they'll call me maybe 3 to 4 months. Oh, we want to check your CD4 count and your viral, you should come. I go, they check me, okay, I go back again.
Mm, interesting. So, um, I've heard also where people say, like, once you get to know that you have the virus, then automatically you even start getting sick. Is that true?
Pardon?
I've heard where people said once you get to know that you have the virus, like the same day they tell you that you've been found positive, people even start getting sick that same month.
It's I may say it's because of the fear and you're scared. So now you feel like your body is changing.
So it's just it's
Not like
in your head.
yes, just in your head. The same way you feel excited when you are doing something, that spirit you feel like you're born everything. That's the same way the fear comes in. Now you'll be feeling like maybe you have diarrhea, maybe you have this. Everything comes in because you are just scared. You haven't yet accepted that it's true.
Okay. So if you get sick, let's say you're taking the medication, then you get sick, then you go to the hospital. Do you always have to mention to your doctors and nurses that you are on medication?
Um, there are some cards that they give.
Mm-hmm.
So on that card, it will be injecting that you are like this. Like on top of the card, they will circle a word X, meaning exposed. So
Oh,
any health personnel who sees that they'll say, okay, this one is positive. But
oh,
but in other clinics they don't have cards. So when they go there, if at end point they say no, we have to test you for HIV, you can just say okay, I'm already on medication.
okay.
So that as they are checking you when they are checking on you what where the problem is, they should not remind say okay, this person is positive. Maybe the condition she or he has is coming from the same problem.
Okay, okay. Makes sense. So as of 2022 going to 2023, what would you want to see um regarding HIV going forward?
I just want people who are negative to have a clear picture of people who are HIV positive
Okay.
because there are those who still have a negative mind when they find someone positive. The only thing comes in the head is that this person is going to die.
Oh yes, that's true.
Yes, so I always emphasize to say, if you're not infected with the virus, at least get affected to the people who have it.
Yeah, that's true.
And the people around you who don't have it, they should keep themselves negative.
So you're open about your status?
Yes, I'm open about my status.
Do you get any stigma from the community, friends, family?
Uh, um, I haven't uh, come across that,
Yeah.
but mostly people just come to find out how more about the same virus so far.
Yes.
from my page. Yeah. Yes, but like in person, not no. I haven't found anyone who could be against me or have some stigma.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Then, as at now and going forward, is there any vaccine or cure for the virus?
Um, we are hoping for that as well. We are
Mm,
hoping for that for them to come up with the medication that prevents one to get the virus. There is the possibility that there will be the medication that will be curing the virus.
yeah, that can be very good. So, how can people reach you to, in case I've left out some few things they would want to ask you, where can they reach you?
They can find me on Facebook. I have a page called Talk HIV AIDS with Lucy.
Talk HIV and AIDS with Lucy.
Yes, then
Okay,
from there there is a WhatsApp number. They can just come direct to my inbox.
okay,
And also on Twitter, though I'm not active much on Twitter.
okay. No, thank you very much, Lucy. I myself, the other lady has gone. Her battery was low, so she had to leave.
All right.
But I have learned a lot and some few things that I didn't know. And I think it shows that there are many people who are really not aware of the information because people are afraid
Yes, a lot
to,
and
they're afraid to know. So they rather not to know.
yes.
But it's better to know so that you know how to tackle such things in case you get to have it as well.
Mm.
Yeah. Otherwise, thank you very much for your time, for your information. We hope to have you
Thank you for
again.
hosting me.
Sure.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.